Elden Ring, a brilliantly created open-world RPG created by Hidetaka Miyazaki, the creator of the Dark Souls series, as its director, and writer George R. Martin assisting in world building. Whenever the game starts, it plays an introductory cutscene giving a brief and very abstract snippet of the current state of the world around you. This intro cutscene will be one of the only few cutscenes in the game. One of the things that makes this game special is its environmental storytelling and how well it meshes together with gameplay. As you spawn in, there are no immediate pop-ups. Instead, we see a glowing blue light attached to the corpse of what we can only assume to be a woman of importance. As we collect what's on the body and gain the words of encouragement to claim the throne of the Elden Lord, we set off on our journey. When we walk outside, we are greeted with small tutorial tips explaining the very basic controls of camera movement. We also notice many messages written on the ground from other players. This is to help and encourage each other through the many parts of the game. These messages can also be used to allude to any secrets or tips that other players might have. We push forward through a linearly designed path where we are attacked by the Grafted Scion, our first enemy and boss of the game. I ready my sword and shield and prepare to fight. I am ready to defeat him. That is, of course, until I'm 2-hit and instantly die. Welcome to Elden Ring. However, that defeat was shown with a purpose. It sets the tone of the game, explaining that there are bosses and they can and will be difficult, and that death is a completely normal part of the game.
One of her kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
As we awaken the Cave of Solitude, we have a short cutscene with the focus on the door in front of us, almost as if the game is saying, "Hey, look, the exit's over here." But when we spawn in, we see the spirit of a man sitting near the edge of a large crevasse. The Cave of Knowledge is below. Well, I mean, with something like that, of course you have to go explore it and see what it is. The Cave of Knowledge is exactly what it sounded like. It is an entire area teaching us the controls of the game and even slightly advanced mechanics. We learn how to properly attack, block, how to use stealth properly, even how to do things such as a guard counter. We then progress through the cave, defeat enemies, and learn all of the skills needed to complete the rest of the game. Except parrying. I swear it wasn't this difficult. Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. But you can't kill the... I promise I killed him. Don't look at my health. It was a parry. I promise. As we approach the final boss of the cave, now we know how to fight. With a great sword in hand, the soldier of Godric approaches us. We're ready. We guard counter, break the enemy's stance, and riposte him. It's an instant victory. Afterwards, we return where we began, and we're ready to continue. Of course, this wasn't the only option when we spawned in. If we wanted to, we could just completely ignore the Cave of Knowledge and continue on our way. Maybe you're an experienced player and know how to play, or maybe you just want to figure it out on your own. The choice is yours. We then ascend the elevator and enter into Limgrave and the lands between. Making a quick observation, we see an NPC standing in what appears to be an enemy patrolling on a horse. We meet Vare, a very creepy NPC who then calls us maidenless.
Of course you have. However, you are maidenless.
I guess that makes sense as we connect the dots and remember the woman who was in the very beginning of the game. And you might start to wonder, who killed the woman? Was it the grafted scion, maybe? Or an observant player might think it was Vare, as if you look at his clothes, they are tattered with blood. And this is exactly a perfect example of Elden Ring's environmental storytelling. Even though Vare may be a little aggravating, calling us maidenless and everything, he introduces us to a very important mechanic, the guidance of grace.
Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
The guidance of grace is a beam of light showing us which direction to genuinely go. So, we take the shortest path and brace ourselves to fight the next boss, the Tree Sentinel. Now that we know how to fight, it should be easy to take on. Or so you might have thought. Welcome to Elden Ring. This is yet again another purposeful death, as it teaches the player that not all fights have to be fought. Instead, we sneak past the enemy, reaching our first site of grace, where we can figure out where to go next.